Hello, YouTube. Make sure my fly is zipped up this time. It is. I don't have a belt.
I have a belt.
Leaving this undone so we can show people what it looks like. Hello, TikTok.
Hello, TikTok. Going
Hello, Instagram.
Yay!
Hello, everybody.
We're live streaming in
we good?
triplicate.
We have 3 different streams going.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Make sure everything's good. We're here to talk to you about the Tengu.
Tengu.
You have to
Alright, I'm gonna go. I'm sorry, guys.
Leslie has one on as well.
I do.
Caller. Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about what it is and the design. I have a list of notes here that I want to make sure we get. We're going to show how it works because it is a very interesting design. And yeah, we'll answer any questions if anyone has any.
Yes.
So, first off, what is the Tengu?
The Tengu is this mid-length wool and vegan leather piece from the Ninja Collection that just launched today.
Ninja Collection didn't launch the Tengu.
The Tengu just launched today.
So basically, I know it's really confusing. It is an interesting design. It actually took quite a few iterations to get it to work. So first thing I want to show. So if you would imagine a jacket, not unlike the Chunin.
Everyone pause for a moment. Imagine a jacket.
Imagine a jacket, if you will. Not unlike the Chunin. Let me button this up. So this has 2 front closure buttons here.
Would this be easier for them to see on the red one because of the contrast?
Maybe actually that's a good one. Yeah. So it is available in blackout, which is this black herringbone. You grab the red one.
I will.
So if you've seen a rook in person, it's the same wool but a different color. Or Devil's Fury. Yeah, this guy. I like to show it off. So yeah, if you can imagine something like the Chunin, maybe it's not too dissimilar from that. So it is a jacket underneath. And then David said, what if I attach the equivalent of a gigantic scarf, cowl, scarf, whatever, to that jacket? It looks like this. So it's got this, the collar is this 8 to 12 inches, this large piece of wool that is attached to the underlying coat. Yeah, I don't know, it's a few inches wide. So when you put the coat on, that's what makes it so interesting. When you put the jacket on itself, you basically put it up onto your shoulders like you would any other jacket. David actually took probably 2 or 3 prototypes to get this just right. You put the coat on underneath, and it's got 2 buttons in the front. This. Those are the only 2 buttons that the actual jacket has. So this is the jacket, and then the scarf is the entire collar. It's made up of this scarf. And the way the scarf works is it has 3 snaps on it. Mm-hmm. So the first snap is in the bottom here. The other snap goes on the inside. This. And the third snap brings this part around. Snaps here. What that does is it creates this really large, really kind of like comfy collar that you can either kind of like slouch down if you want, or you can push it back and sort of pull it up close to your chin as well. Pull it back towards the back. There's a lot of different ways you can wear it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's a jacket, a coat with a scarf built onto it.
I am going to need you to decide, is it a jacket or a coat?
It's a coat.
Thank you.
I guess technically we'd call it a coat.
We would call it a coat.
No, it's a jacket.
No, it's a coat.
Coats are heavier?
It's about length.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's how it works. So, we call it a men's cut, but as you can see on Leslie,
hello!
Because it has only 1 closure, this part underneath is basically kind of free.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Ellen actually has one, is going to get one. Abby has worn it, and it fits, because of the way the shoulders are shaped.
Emily's worn it.
It fits a lot of different sizes, both in shoulder, because the shoulder isn't as like defined as another kind of jacket.
So if you are familiar with like the Son of Sparta or the Nero or any of our other like mid-length to long jackets, coats.
Turn a little more so we can show a little.
Oh yeah, they've got vents. Yeah.
This.
But if you're familiar with any of those where they have the double zipper, the trick, of course, for curvier people is to zip it around your waist, but to have it open at the bottom where your hips are. And the same thing is true here, where because of where it closes, your
unbutton the top part too.
The curviness of your hips is not going to get in the way.
and because of the way that the scarf is shaped on the top, it allows for like bust size changes too. Like it's a lot more forgiving to curves just because of the actual jacket is kind of cut like this at the top and then cut like that at the bottom.
So the only place that it will cinch you
is in the center.
Is really your midsection.
So it's a really interesting design. I mean, like I said, David worked on it for a while. The first time I put it on, I was just like, what is this thing that I'm wearing? Because it's almost like you have a big shawl or a scarf on the outside, but then also it's connected to this really kind of cool, sleek jacket with buckles and sorts of stuff. We have any questions?
We have 2 from Instagram and 1 from YouTube.
Okay.
The first one is, what size of jacket is Leslie wearing?
I am in a 37.
Yeah. So it only goes to 37. Leslie's normally a 35.
These days.
Okay.
And then, is it waterproof?
No, so it's wool. It's water resistant in the same way that all natural fibers are. So it's probably a little more water resistant than like a denim cotton, but it's certainly not. We can go out in the rain necessarily with it. Although don't they have treatments for wool? I think to make them a little more water resistant.
It also doesn't have a hood.
Yeah, it also doesn't have a hood either. It's just got this cowl back. I think you could maybe treat it to make it a little more waterproof, but.
And then from YouTube, I love the collar worn down to create that mafia-esque look. Can the belts be removed on both colorways?
Yes, they can. That's the next thing I was going to say. Yeah, so you can take the buckles out. You would have to. It's very simple attachment point here. You would have to like take this thread out to take this little loop off. But once you did that, they would just come directly out of the buckles here.
Well, yes, but you'd still have the buckles left.
The person that asked the question was asking about taking it out of the buckles and putting like a custom belt.
Oh,
in.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Yeah.
The actual belt itself just runs through these little like spots on the back here. You could really put whatever you want in there. I think David went with this just because it kind of looks sleek, kind of modern. But yeah, all you have to do is there's just one little stitch here. Just take that off, pull these plastic bits off, and then you could customize. You could also take these off too if you wanted to put different things on the ends or change the belt. It's pretty warm. I'm already getting pretty warm. Any other questions? All right.
Wow, it's pretty easy.
Cool. So what's the next thing? We already talked about. Yeah. So let's talk about the fact that it is wool. So it's not going to be as heavyweight as some of our other insulated wool items, like the rook. The wool is really here for like softness and texture and look. I mean, the herringbone really adds a cool textural adjustment or a difference. It's also got these accents here, side. But because this is not like super heavyweight, I mean, it does have all of the same pockets, and it's got pockets in the front here. It's a fully fledged, coat. It's got pockets on the inside too. But because of the way that it's shaped in these vents, it's actually a pretty good. I would call it more of an intermediate.
3-season.
Yeah, maybe a 3-season. I would not wear this right in the dead middle. Well, no, I mean I wouldn't wear it.
2-season.
2-season, yeah. I wouldn't want to wear this probably in the dead middle of winter. You can certainly layer underneath it, but it's not going to be as warm as something like the Rook or even the Helsing because it is a little bit thinner.
And it's open at the bottom.
And it's open. The way that it's kind of flowy. Kyle, the model in all of the photos, Kyle's models a lot of stuff for us. It was warmer the day we wore it, but it was breezy. And he said it actually was a little nicer than a jacket that would be like completely closed because it was a little more forgiving and a little more like you didn't feel like you were enclosed in a big wool, you know,
More
suit,
airflow.
whatever. You could also button this open. Someone just said, and you could probably like press this collar if you wanted to do something with it. Kind of tear it open. Button this if you wanted. Yeah, you could certainly do some things with it if you wanted to.
I think it has a lot of opportunities to be styled in interesting ways,
Yeah,
depending on what kind of look you're going for.
probably even keep this open and then button this across. You could do a lot with it. We've only had them here in the shop for a week or so now, just a couple of weeks, so we haven't really had a chance to really put it through its paces the way we have other stuff that's been. Any other questions?
One from Instagram of where are the pockets?
Pockets. Pockets are
Pocket.
right here. Right here.
And then,
And then on the inside, you've got
I'm all buttoned up.
the same double inner breast pockets. Or
Two
so
pockets on the left, and then two pockets on the outside.
breast pocket's a bit lower than some of the other jackets just because of the way that this is cut at such a kind of a sharp angle there.
On YouTube, Pity Chat is wondering, can you tighten the belt more and show us how the back changes?
You can, I mean, I've got it cinched for comfort, but you can really, I mean, these are standard like buckles here, so you could really,
Snatch.
yeah, I mean, you could really cinch it. Well, let me close it. So if you we'll show on this one. It's a good idea because it's probably a little better contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Up,
Close yourself back up.
up here.
And then they're also wondering if you can access the inside pocket through the scarfy collar without opening.
Let's find out. Yes.
You can also like access it from.
I mean, I don't love that, but
You
yeah.
can access it from underneath. I will say that the.
I think it would be easier to at least undo the one. And
I will
get
say
to
if
it
you're
that way,
if you're
but-
someone
yeah.
who wears scarves and like gets a cold neck or like upper body a lot, there are a lot of layers because of the way this thing is layered. Like the neck area, this is probably one of the like it's warm. It's warm up at the top. You know, if you're kind of finding yourself, we've kind of got it pulled open, but if you had this thing really kind of buttoned down up top and it was cold, it would be pretty. You could also, like, if you really wanted to adjust it, you could maybe tighten this all the way and then put some kind of a clip or something here. If you really wanted to tighten it further.
And then we have a question from TikTok. Well, a comment and a question. I wouldn't mind that in a sage green. And then also, do you guys got something with a cape so I can pretend to be a ranger in medieval times?
That's a good question. We do have capes.
We do have capes.
We have nothing that's made with a cape attached to it. We sell people. I would say like we have some stuff in green, we have some stuff in brown.
The rook comes in green.
Rook comes in green. Really, this would have been cool. We did things in.
The Helsing comes in green.
Yeah, we had like a really dark green in this wool that we used for the rook. That would have been really cool in this. We went with the black and red because I think the red I really kind of went to bat for because we were doing it in black and we were thinking about doing it in a gray or a navy. And I was like, those are pretty safe colors, but what if we just did it in like people like the red wool of the Harker vest so much? If you have a Harker vest, it's the same wool as the red Harker vest. So it's really like it's more of a burgundy, I would say, than a true red, but it's like let's do it in a cool. It's a unique coat. It's a very like you're not gonna if you see somebody wearing this, I think you're automatically gonna say to yourself like, this is the person who thinks about what they're wearing. Like this is the person who you don't just wear something like this on accident. This is not really. This is something that you really enjoy, kind of having something unique and different.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really cool for that reason, I think.
It is really cool. I like the black one because it makes me feel very like spy versus spy.
Yeah, and if you really sort of like pull that collar up, pull it to the back, you can really like. It's warm in there.
I could probably like duck down in here.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do as well if you really wanted it to stay up. you know, they make things like collar stays and all sorts of stuff that you could put in here if you wanted this to. I was talking to Emily, and she was like, you know, I actually like how it's kind of slouchy. It kind of reminds me of a slouchy shawl or something. But you know, you could get some kind of a collar stay or something and put it in here if you wanted this to stay kind of. Probably put it. You could, if you put some in the back here, because this has. I mean, this has so much room in the back. Really kind of, it's very tall.
Well, don't do that.
So I mean, if you wanted to put something back here, it would probably be very easy. I know they make all sorts of stuff designed for shirts. You could make it where the back of this collar really stays up all the time, and then you know it would almost cover your ears, or there's a lot you can do with it. So really cool.
And when can they get it?
They can get it right now. It's available
Right now?
right now. It's $5.95. It's a little cheaper than some of our other. It's cheaper than our other long coats.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great intermediate. It's a great fall jacket, or even winter if you live somewhere that's maybe not super cold.
Mm-hmm. Really high quality wool.
Fits a lot of different body types.
Fits a lot of different body
obviously,
types.
if you're kind of on the outer fringe of the bell curve, the spectrum, like you have like some you know serious curves, or maybe like really narrow shoulders, it's probably not going to fit you the same way that a dedicated women's cut would.
But we do free shipping and free returns.
Yep.
And exchanges, so it doesn't hurt to try it if it's caught your eye.
So if you own anything from us and you kind of know what your size is and you're really interested in this, I would definitely say give it a try, because there's a really good chance that it will fit you. All right, any other questions?
Got 3 last questions. One from Instagram: is the Osprey ever going to be available again in the future?
The Osprey. Not anytime soon.
We never say never, but not anytime
If
soon.
you're a diamond, we just had another person enter the diamond tier earlier today. If you're a diamond custom, you could definitely get one. Ellen just made a custom for someone earlier this week.
And then I have a question from TikTok of if we're looking for alt models.
Yeah, we're always.
I'm sorry, alternative.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We're always looking for any kind of models.
Das Deutsche. I don't
Send us an email to info@volantedesign.us.
Yes. It's always helpful. So if you'd like to model, it always helps if you let us know where you're located, how far you're willing to travel if you're not immediately local. If you let us know if you've done any sort of modeling or been photographed before, and send us some pictures of yourself. They don't have to be like professional grade pictures, but
The answer is definitely yes. We're
Definitely.
always looking to expand our catalog.
we are
and-
specifically always looking for male models, just because they seem to be a little harder to come by.
do seem a little hard. But with that being said, we will certainly.
One is a question about wearing things together, so it's up to you, Jeremiah. If you want to wear the red Harker vest with the black Tengu in the collar down style. Is that a little much for you?
I mean, I don't know if we have a red Harker vest in my size. Yeah.
Maybe.
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 I'm not sure how much of it you would see. We do. I can put it on. Sure. Take just a second.
They said in the collar down style.
Yeah.
Here, I'll trade you.
Even with it down, it.
I'm the live stream dressing assistant.
Thank you.
Then someone was also wondering if there's any Bloodborne or Elden Ring inspired pieces in the future.
Yes.
Wait, yes?
Yes. I'll just say yes.
I thought. Yes?
Yes. I'll tell you after the stream. You're the marketing director. You should know these things. You're a marketing director, but you're not a video gamer. So
I hate finding out last minute.
I will tell you yes. These are all things that you've seen probably at least 10 times.
Look, how about y'all call me when we do some Stardew Valley inspired things? Volante overalls.
Put this on awkwardly. So
Yeah, no, you could have done this off camera maybe. It's fine.
no, it's fine. I will say that wearing that, one of the things I noticed, because I haven't worn it
Just,
before.
exact same, just a comparison.
Oh yeah.
Same fabric.
The black one? Did you have the black one? Is that when you wear it, when you wear your collar up, and not really like leather, but if you pull the collar up, a lot of your like, this is gonna sound kind of weird when I say it, but it is nice. A lot of the like body heat from your like neck and chest area like pushes up onto your neck, so you can really feel it's like this zone of warmth right above your collarbones here, so it really keeps your neck and face warm, which is really cool. I didn't even think about that, but. Have to adjust me.
GH. Totally open or just collar open?
Yeah, I think totally.
I don't digress you. You're fine.
We pull this down in the back.
Uh-huh.
You could also like if you were planning to wear this open, if you could take an iron and put it on like a cooler setting. You could probably put a nice crease in this if you really wanted to wear it open, and it would behave a lot nicer than what I. And I have a t-shirt on.
I'm wearing shorts, much to David Volante's chagrin.
Chagrin.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da!
Other than a few people expressing interest in Volante, the idea of Volante overalls, that seems.
Thank you. This is why I make the big bucks.
All right, so with that bombshell, the Volante overall bombshell,
Absolutely.
we will wrap it up. Thank you guys for joining. Tengu, available now.
Available now. If you order it now, it'll ship. What,
Black?
tomorrow morning? It'll ship tomorrow if you order it now.
Comes in blackout, and Devil's Fury. I don't have on. Really awesome design, really unique. We have some content later in the week. We're going to kind of show it next to a traditional kind of wool peacoat. It really stands out. It's really unique. Why would you buy something boring when you can buy something cool?
Yeah. Style it in a multitude of different ways. Wear it open, wear it closed, wear it tall, wear it scrunched down.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Available now.
Available now.
We will see y'all later.
We have one last, last closing question that I can answer. Pity Chat is wondering, maybe the higher neck collar might make a lot of fog on glasses in the winter, but I don't think that'll be the case like it is with masks.
No, it's definitely not the same. That's a good question. It's definitely not the same as with masks. It's more like you can feel that like warmth kind of pooling in the neck area, but it's not like it's not like breath or anything gets reflected back up towards your face. It's more like it traps all of that heat because of the shape of this underneath part, the top of the actual jacket part.
Because it closes at the bottom, you wouldn't, you shouldn't, but you could store things in here.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, in between the collar and the jacket.
Uh-huh.
Because of the shape of this thing right here, how this is open, a lot of like any body heat from this area comes up and kind of just like pools in there. So it's really cool. All right. Thanks everybody.
Yay!
We will see you next week.
In the next video.
Bye.
Bye.
It's gonna take Ellen 20 minutes to turn
To
everything
log off of everything. Bye.
Bye TikTok.
Bye again. Bye YouTube.
Bye YouTube. I have so many wool layers on. Thank you.
Yay.